Yeah, I mean, I'd interviewed him one time, and we'd run into each other on a few occasions as well. Nothing but good things to say about him. The interview we had, which was like I don't know, like 5, 6 years ago, was pretty much the same stuff he was saying now. He had the same mentality.
He got it way before we got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
being in that area, right there in the epicenter of when that shooting happened. How did how did that affect you, and how did it feel in that community at that point?
Well, it's not even a how did it affect me, it's a how does it affect me, and not how was it. It was, we're still living it. Now, what has. Okay, so I was in Vegas when my daughter called me, and I was getting ready for a show, and she was like, Mom, Nipsey got shot, Nipsey got shot. And I was like, she said they shot him 6 times. I was like, what? Now, my mind immediately went to Tupac, and I'm like, oh God, I hope he's not going to be a vegetable or something like that. But never did I think he was going to die. Never. I said, he's going to make it. This is terrible, whatever. Keep putting on my makeup. 5 minutes later, my daughter's father called me and told me that he was dead. And I was fucking shook. And then I had to go do a comedy show. So immediately when I got to, this was in Vegas, I asked the DJ, can you pull up this song? Can we play this? So I'm probably one of the first people who did a tribute to Nip that same night within 3 hours,
Mm-hmm.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shows within 4 hours. So then the next day, Monday, I flew home. My daughter and I, she told me she had already been over there. My daughter and I drove from the airport to the area where they now had it roped off for blocks, or people you couldn't drive up there. You had to park and walk. So we parked and we walked, and I went around the corner, and just so many. It was just like devastation. Everybody was shook in shock, crying, unbelievable, burning candles, teddy bears, blue rags. It was just like, what? And I walked straight in the middle of that shit, and I was just like, I can't, because then, by the time I got out to the show, I was able to see video. And I'd been over there before. I didn't start going to the marathon shop after this happened. I had already been going over there. My daughter went over there first, and then so on. And it was just, it's like, now it sort of feels like, if you go over your granny's house and she's passed away, and it's still granny's house, but there's nobody there, it feels hollow. I swear to you, the birds don't chirp the same. I swear. It's like Zombieville. And we know that above the 10 freeway, it's just another newspaper article. Nobody's even giving it a second thought. But below the 10 freeway, it's a whole mood. The air changes. There's no way to escape, because I had to drive past there to come here. Mm-hmm. The art that is everywhere, on the bank. You can't get away with tagging the bank. There's mural on the bank. Every corner you turn, there's Nipsey. He's like the obvious king. If you came from another country, you would say, oh, this guy's the king, of at least this area. It's very, 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 very difficult. The helicopters that flew continuously for 6 days, day and night and day, the barricades, the traffic jams, the news cameras, the people asking, could they pay me to park in my driveway, the marches, the Muslims, the police, the crowds, it's insanity. And I'm old enough to have lived through 6 assassinations, because that's what this was. People say, oh, Nipsey passed away. No, your granny passed away. Nipsey was assassinated in cold blood on a beautiful Sunday afternoon.